guys, so here's another video in my series on interviews and how you can make a good impression in interviews. Now I want you guys to think very much about your elevator pitch. I want you to think of how you present yourself as a solution to the problem the company has. So this means stepping out of the traditional candidate approach where you take a very reactive approach in the interview, a very sort of uncontrolled approach, and where the interviewer is guiding the interview. So what I'm advocating here is you put yourself forward as a solution to their problem. And how that unravels itself is it effectively means you need to be asking a lot of questions about the company or about the role in order to analyze where the problem is. And I'm not advocating that you start unearthing massive frauds and all sorts of things like that. But just the fact that they have a vacancy means they have a problem. And the fact that you're sitting in front of them being interviewed for said vacancy means you could be the solution for that potential problem. Now, how would you pitch yourself as a solution to the problem being the vacancy? So what you need to find out is, how was the previous candidate in the role? Did she do well? What made her good at her job? What would you like to have changed about her? And you need to pitch yourself as that solution. So you're coming in to show people that you can do as well, if not better, than the previous candidate. That's one tack you could follow. Another tack you could follow is you could find out what's important to the hiring manager. So we would assume that in this instance you're not sitting in front of a recruiting agency, but you're rather sitting right in front of the line manager. And again, it comes about through asking questions and doing your research. So do your research before the interview, but when you're in the interview, ask the hiring manager, what qualities are really important to you? What would you like to see me achieve within my first month in the role, within my first 3 months in the role? And then what you need to do is, once you've done all of this research and you've asked all the right questions in the interview, you need to pitch yourself, as I said, as a solution to their problem. Now their problem is they're looking for someone who is going to overachieve in the first 3 months. So they want someone who's going to hit all their targets, for instance, as a salesperson, or they want someone who's going to manage the financial year end as a finance manager. So how you pitch yourself as a solution, very, very simple formula, and you must have heard me say this before. What have you done? What is the difference that it's made? And that, my friends, is the simple solution. As a salesperson, I achieved 900% of my target. As a salesperson, I was considered a rainmaker because I managed to unearth unusual business opportunities and thereby maximize our return on investment by offering very specialized, very niche sales to my clients. Do you see how what I've done previously in previous roles positions me as a solution to the problem that I'm currently being interviewed for? It's a little bit of a mind game, it's a little bit of a flip. Practice it with a few people, drop a couple of comments below. I'm quite happy to engage in a bit of a dialogue and really start figuring out, what have you done, what is the difference it's made, and ultimately, if you did that for them, what are you going to do for me? And it's that simple. So, my name is Chantel Buerta. I'm a recruitment coach and strategist. You can find me on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook.